Hello everyone, this is Davening outside of Shul number 5, and today we're going to begin the very touchy issue about davening on planes. And I hate to sound repetitive, but I can't resist. I've told this story before, and I have to tell it again in this context. So I'm on a plane. It's the 9th out of the 10 hours of flying. And there's a gentleman next to me that, God bless him, he slept the entire flight. He's like the envy of every passenger. He slept 9 out of the 10 hours of the flight. So I'm going to leave aside that he missed a certain prayer named Ma'ariv, but suffice it to say that he slept. He gets up at the 9th hour. He washes his hands, comes back to his seat, and indeed we're about to land. We're in the middle of descent. Makes no difference to him. He puts on his talis and tefillin, goes to the door of the plane and starts davening. Stewardess number 1 comes up to him, asks him to sit down. To no avail, he ignores them. Stewardess number 2 comes, he ignores them. The head steward comes out, he ignores. Finally, the pilot said, leave him, there's nothing we can do. And obviously, because he's on the front of the plane at the door, he's making quite the spectacle. When he finally came back to his seat, I literally gave him the following look. And he said, what do you want? The Shulchan Aruch says that even if a snake is on your heel, you're not allowed to move during the Amidah. So I said, you're right, the Shulchan Aruch does say that. Do you know what it says in the very next line there? He said, no. I said, it says that if you're driving on a carriage, on a donkey, or wherever it might be, you can daven sitting down. This is not a dispensation only for someone that can never stand up. It's a dispensation for someone who momentarily cannot stand up. He says, it doesn't say that. I said, yes, it does. It doesn't. So I take out my smartphone. I open it up to the Shulchan Aruch, which I have in my phone, and I showed it to him. And he looks at the smartphone, looks at it, and says, I'm not allowed to look at smartphones. To which I couldn't resist but say, and that's why you remain dumb, because you don't look at smartphones. Unfortunately, this gentleman went not only against the halacha, he created quite the stir, and not just amongst religious passengers that somehow understand him, but non-religious passengers and non-Jewish passengers, and thus it definitely borders on a chilul Hashem. Stupidity is no excuse for anything. And from this perspective, if you're on the plane, absolutely, you should try to stand up if it's okay. But if there's turbulence or the seatbelt sign is on, remember the halacha. You're allowed to sit down even for the Amidah. This is not a dispensation only for people that can never stand. This is the dispensation for people who momentarily can stand. And from this perspective, I encourage everyone. On the plane, there's no question that sometimes you need to daven, albeit you have to do it in such a way that it conforms with the halacha and with reality, not in a way that's against the halacha, not to mention fighting reality.